Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the course of Entrepreneurship for English Major with me, Larissa Daniela. I'm the lecturer of English Literature Major at Jakarta International University in Indonesia. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we already come to week 5 or lecture 5, which is entitled Self-Branding through CV or Resume. So we are going to discuss about this. Okay. So let's say that we have mastering all the entrepreneurial mindset. We already understand the foundational skills for future work and business, and we are able to recognize the selling points of being an English major. So what's next? What's actually the next step? So it's going to be about self-branding through the CV or to the resume. Okay, so we are going to discuss about that. And here are the four subsections that we are going to discuss. The first one is the purpose of the CV. The second is types of CV, whether it is those self-crafted CV or the one that you designed yourself. And the another one is the online CV. And for now, we use the LinkedIn as the example for the online CV. And then the third one is the content of the CV itself. Later, I will give you the example of my student CV. And lastly is about the LinkedIn utilization as your online CV. So let's go one by one from this subsection. Okay, the first one. What is actually a CV and what is actually the purpose of a CV? So a resume is a brief and informative summary of your abilities, your education, and your experience. It should highlight your strongest assets and skills and differentiate you from other candidates seeking similar positions. And then, although it alone will not get you a job or internship, a good resume is an important element toward obtaining an interview. Tailoring your CV to the type of position you are seeking. Well, it doesn't mean that all of your experience must relate directly, but your resume should reflect the kind of skills the employer would value. Okay? So, here, there are two different types of CV. The first one is the self-crafted CV, the one that you created yourself with your own design, or you can also copy the designs from the internet. There are so many open resources that you can utilize from the internet. And the second type of CV is actually the online CV that today we are going to take it from the LinkedIn. This is one of the very famous, common, what is it, a platform that people use to connect it professionally to other people. And they take advantage from this platform from LinkedIn to make their own online CV. Okay, so we go to the content of the printed CV. Okay, so here are actually the content of a general CV. This is usually called chronological CV because the content is crafted with chronological orders. Okay, well, it would be better if we look at the real example directly later. We will do that. And I'll show you the two different CV designs of my students at Jakarta International University. Okay, so the first one is your name in large letters. Usually it's in the above part of the letter of the CV itself, and then professional picture, your own picture professionally, and then contact details like your phone number, your email address, that kind of thing. The fourth is personal statement. What is personal statement? Later, I'll explain to you also as well. And then the fifth is education and academic qualifications and work experience if you have it. If you are a well experienced people, you you would surely have this experiences. But if you don't have the if you are a fresh graduate or a recent graduate, probably you don't have the work experience yet, so you can substitute it with the organizational experience or your volunteering experience, or what is it, yeah, the events that you join, that kind of thing. And then activities, interests, and number 8 is additional skills that you have, the skill sets that you think you have in you. And lastly is the reference if it's needed. So this is the last one. This number 9 is actually not compulsory. This is just just needed if the company is requested something. Okay, yep. So here I will show you the example of a, okay, there's 2 examples. I'll stop here first. I'm sorry. I'll share something else. Okay, there's one. Yep, this is an example of my student CV. Okay, so I'll explain to you one by one based on the content. So this is the picture, the formal picture. You can actually make it like until your chest, let's say, or until your stomach. That's also fine. Like half of your body, it's still okay. You can also put a little bit makeup if you want to, for girls, for women's, and for males. Yeah, the suit and tie would be better. So formal attire would be great. And then your name, clear, your full name in clear font and picture, and also like this, like graduate of Jakarta International University, English literature. If you want to add this information, that's also possible. And then this is your personal details or your contact information, like your cell phone number, and then your email address, and then your LinkedIn, and then the address. Okay, and this is the profile. The profile is the same like the personal statement that I mentioned earlier. So what is it that this I'll make it bigger. Yeah. So this is called a personal statement, actually. So a personal statement is a brief statement of the type of person you are, your skills and your achievements. It always comes near the top of the CV before the main body and presents the facts in the most positive way. A well-written personal statement will immediately capture the attention of the employer and make them want to find out more about you. So in short, I usually tell to my students that personal statement is like the summary of your CV. So this one paragraph consists of the whole part of your CV, but in a very brief explanation. So by reading this personal statement, and they will get the interest to read more about your CV, the other parts of the details of your CV, that kind of thing. Okay, and then after that we go to the education, yeah, your institution, the name of your major, and if you want to add your GPA, if you think that it is high enough or good enough, you can also add your GPA here, and then your batch and the day you graduate. But if it is still running, then you can just put present here, and you can put some details of the courses you joined, not only the names of the courses, but like the skills. It could be hard skill or soft skill that you learned from this major in this institution. And then you can also put your senior high school, but it is not really necessary to put your junior high school, elementary, or even your kindergarten. So senior high school and university would be more than enough. But if you already take your master's degree or even your PhD, your senior high school could be omitted. So it's not needed anymore because you have higher degrees. Okay, so here Fentaria put her activities that she joined during her study, the name of the program, and her role play in that event. That would be very attractive to be informed. And this one is the experiences public. Well, she doesn't have any work experience yet, so she puts other activities as her experiences, like public relation. It's so it's the name of the the role play, the role, the role that she, the responsibilities that she did, and also the name of the institution and the duration, and also the detail, not really detail, just the task, the duties that she did by being a public relations. And then the second one is the same, still about the what is it, the event, the event, and then the name of the organization, and then the name of the institution, and then the year, and then the activity or the responsibility that she did. And then this one is the volunteering of social outreach. So the name of the place, and then the time, and what she did. So teaching English, that kind of thing. And then her skill set here, computer skills and the other skills as well, including the soft skills like organizational ability, work under pressure, communication skill, time management skills, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is for Fentaria. And here's the overall look of her CV. It's good enough, right? But well, actually, this is still the draft at that time. So I asked her to revise it again to make it look good and make it look better. And she revised it and sent the new one to the company for her internship program. Okay, the second one is Defi. This is not as colorful as Fantaria's CV, but this is also great and very detailed. Started with her picture. You can also put this kind of picture. I mean, well, if comparing to Fantaria, just look until the shoulder, and take a picture until the neck or even the shoulder. But Defi used until the half of her body, like this. It's okay actually, as long as it is clear enough. And then her full name here, the contact here, and then here again the personal statement, like the summary of her CV, and the educational background as well. She puts, this is really good that she puts the relevant coursework here, and her skills here, experiences, not the work experiences, but other experiences, stuff. Oh, this is a work experience. I'm sorry. She used to work in a bank. Yeah, even if it is only for a couple of months. And then this is her organizational experience. And this one is being a lecturer assistant or professor assistant. And this is her certification and activities during her study in Jakarta International University. Okay, so this is the content of the CV, which consists of everything I mentioned earlier. So I'll get back to the PPT here. So all the things, at least you have this, but none of my students put reference because it's not really necessary at that time. But if you think that you will need that, or your company is requesting that, you can put a reference. So if reference is someone that you can verify you with all the things you have written on your CV. Okay, so let's go to the next part, is another type of a CV, which is called LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a professional, if I may say, LinkedIn is actually like a professional, it's like a professional Facebook. Have you ever heard about LinkedIn before? What do you know about it? And do you even have your LinkedIn account? Have you made one? Okay, so LinkedIn is the world's largest professional network on the internet. It is like a Facebook, but the professional one. It is also an online CV tool or online CV platform, as I said earlier. You can use LinkedIn to find the right job or internship program, and you can also connect and strengthen your professional relationships. You may also learn the skills you need to succeed in your career. So a complete LinkedIn profile can help you connect with opportunities by showcasing your unique professional story through experience, skills, and education. You can also use LinkedIn to organize your offline events, join groups, write articles, because LinkedIn has a blog. So you can also write your own articles there. You can even post your photos, videos, and other contents there, but the professional ones, of course, because it's like Facebook, but it's not Facebook. So do not treat them the same way. So before we discuss further about utilizing LinkedIn, first thing first is to make sure that you have created your own LinkedIn account, because I'm not going to explain how to make a LinkedIn account. So I expect you to create your own LinkedIn account first before you continue with this chapter. If you think you want to make one, you can pause this video first and make your own account, and then you can play it again once your LinkedIn account is ready. So you can split the screen into two sides, so your LinkedIn and my video, let's say. So yeah, you can see it together. Or if you want to watch this till the end, that's also possible, and then later you can try yourself after this ends. Okay, so let's see. Utilizing LinkedIn for personal branding. Okay, so how can I utilize LinkedIn to build a good personal branding? So LinkedIn is a little bit different with a self-crafted CV, as I said earlier, because if it is a self-crafted CV, only several people can see it. Just limited people, only the people that you send the CV to, that who can see your CV. However, the LinkedIn itself, anyone can get connected to you. Yeah, you can set your privacy setting, whether you want to make it for public that everyone can see it, or you can set it, you can change into a private setting where only the people get connected to you can see your profile. But basically, it is more open access rather than your the printed CV or the self-crafted CV. This one is more open access, and you can update this anytime and people can see it anytime as well. So I suggest you, if you have your own LinkedIn and if you already upgrade your skills, you have new experience, you have new information about yourself that you want the others see, keep maintaining your LinkedIn. So do not just like create it one time and then that's it. But you are becoming, I hope that you are not becoming a passive user of LinkedIn. I hope that you become an active user of LinkedIn, because this will be very beneficial and important for you. I felt this advantages by myself. That's why I think I need to share this to you as well, and also to all of my students, because I think that you can probably get the same benefits or even more than me to get the job, to get the clients, to get connected professionally with other people. And in this course, it tells about entrepreneurship. Yeah, you can promote your business. You can also get connected to probably your investors, your customers, yeah, your partners, that kind of thing. Okay, so um, how can I utilize LinkedIn to build a good personal branding? This is a very good question, and we are discussing it right now. So the first one is to upload an appropriate photo. That's the first thing that you have to do. Just like the previous CV that I showed you, you can also post your formal picture on LinkedIn. Number two is writing an informative but punchy headline. What it is, later I'll tell you the details. I'll show you about that as well. And then writing a summary statement. It's like a personal statement in the CV, so it's more or less the same, but you can put more words here instead of on the paper. Number four, adding your work experience and other experiences. So it's still the same with the CV. And the number five, adding and optimizing your skills, engaging with your network. This is what I said. So this is one of the differences, one of the very clear differences between CV and LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, you can always engage with your network, something that you cannot do with your CV. Number 7 is sharing your work so that your networks can see it. You can always update it, and your network can also always see the updates about yourself. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn. Let's start from the first word. From the first one, it's about uploading an appropriate photo and writing headline. We all know that the first impressions matter. Yeah. Research shows that the same concept holds true even with online interactions. Even after we meet someone in person, after first connecting with them online, our original first impression tends to stick, even though it's just in digital. Your profile photo and headline are the first things people see when they come across your profile on LinkedIn. So let's say we're talking about the photo, yeah, the profile photo and the background photo as well. So you should upload a photo that first clearly shows your face, yeah, top of shoulders or yeah, above, just like mine here. Sharp, crisp, and not blurry. Okay, make sure that it is clear enough, and then makes you look approachable with a little slight smile. So do not be too serious. Yeah, so put your best smile when you put a picture here. Has a wide or other non-distracting background. So it doesn't have to be wide, but make sure that it is not too distracting so that people can focus on you, your face, not your background. Okay, you can remove the backgrounds for free using the background remover. There are also other steps to do that. And it is not a selfie, of course, so make sure that it is a picture that is taken by someone else, so not a selfie, because it will look different. And then it is professional, like you dressed for the interview, you dress up like you do an interview, or you can use, like my student use here her alma mater suit, a campus suit. Like me, I also use my campus suit, which is okay, because I want to show my networks that this is my affiliation, this is the university that I belong to. Okay, and then make sure that the lighting is also good enough, so it is bright. Make sure there is sufficient lighting when you are taking a photo, and adjust the brightness and contrast using any other applications like Lightroom or Photoshop if it's needed. After putting the right picture, it's now about the headline. So headline's position is below the name. So it is the headline. I cannot highlight it, sorry. So this is the headline: Lecturer and Director of Academic Affairs. You can set it up, okay? So consider LinkedIn headline as the memorable professional slogan of yourself. Yeah, it's the thing you want the recruiter or future coworker to know about you. This is what you want to be labeled. Yeah, it's better to keep your headline simple and to the point. For example, English major student starting English training venture, let's say. So you can put one sentence, several words into as your headline. Well, me, myself, because I'm not a fresh graduate anymore, so I put this, like this is my current position and what I'm capable of. So lecturer and director of academic affairs. These two positions that I am capable of. Okay, so yes, this one is the summary statement, or in CV we call it personal statement. In LinkedIn it is called about. Okay, this section is the main place for you to show off yourself. Think of this about section as your elevator pitch. You can write down this part as the first person or even the third person. Well, I myself, I write it as a first person. You should tailor the tone and content of this section depending on whether you are looking to drive sales or to find jobs, for example. You may consider the following tips to make an interesting summary statement. So the first, providing an overview of your background. The second, outlining your key areas of expertise. And the third one is telling visitors what you are interested in. And then inviting visitors to contact you. And lastly is building your personal brand. You may also use the keywords and phrases that people might search for. Go with the terms that are well known, for example, product management or graphic design or data analysis. But if you have a very specific skill set, don't be afraid to mention it here. So you can put twice more than what I wrote here. So this is just a simple one. I put my experience here, my affiliations, and then what I'm doing right now. I also put my educational background here. You can actually put more if you think it's necessary. So if I'm not mistaken, LinkedIn provides how many words? Yeah, a lot, hundreds of words that you can write here in the about part. Okay, so here, the adding your experiences. Mostly experience is about working experience. However, if you don't have one, you can put organizational experience or your volunteering activities. They are also a good profile addition because it tells people something unique and personal about you. They reveal your passions and rounds you out as a human being. When adding your experience to your profile, be sure your position names and the dates you held them align with the information you include on your CV. So this is a very great tips and suggestion. So when you send your CV, you can also put your LinkedIn page or LinkedIn link on your CV actually. And then they can click it and they will see your LinkedIn. So make sure that all the information you wrote on your CV is the same with all the information you put on your LinkedIn. Okay. So always update it. And then do not simply copy and paste your CV's bullet points into your LinkedIn profile. Instead, use your profile as a preview for what recruiters can expect to find on your CV. So, in short, I can say that you can explore this LinkedIn in more details than your CV. Well, in CV, it is just limited into one or, yeah, we can say 2 pages. But in LinkedIn, there is no page, but there are menus available, there are features available, and it is not limited. So utilize it as much as you need. Yeah, utilize it as effective, as clear as your partners, your investors, your connections can see you, can look how professional you are, your professional side. Okay, if you earned a prize or any recognition, whether it is in the school or out of the school, you can list it under honors and awards. Later, I'll show you. Yeah, you can also list classes, languages, certifications, or team projects that demonstrate the skills you've worked hard to achieve. So these are the examples of my experiences. The first one is in other institutions, and right now I'm working in Jakarta International University and I have 2 positions here. The first one is as the Director of Academic Affairs, and the second is as lecturer of the English department. Okay, and you can also put other experiences in the featured menu. So this is, I put my statement letter from the UUOOI grant here. I got 2 grants already, and this is the third one. And also I joined a conference as the member, as the participant, and the other activities and experiences that certificates that I put here in the featured menu. Okay, the next one is adding and optimizing your skills. LinkedIn allows you to add a maximum of 50 skills to your profile in the skills and endorsement section. Take advantage of this opportunity. By adding skills that are relevant to your past experience and target roles, you will optimize your profile to appear in more searches. Be sure to select the top 3 that you would like to feature on your profile, as well as to give visitors a quick glimpse of your key expertise. So here, like lecturing, higher education, academic administration. These are the 3 main skills that I have. Yeah, that I want people to know, that I want people to see in me. You can have your own. Okay, the next one is engaging with your network. Once your profile is set up, engaging with your network is the simple, most important thing you can do to maximize the value you get from LinkedIn. Get connected with your closest colleagues or anyone to be your potential partners or investors. Post regularly, especially if you have your own business. Let your network know about your business by creating interesting content to post. Okay. And lastly is sharing your works. Yeah, this is the content that you can post, creating interesting content that you can post. This is one of the content that I created, one of the content that I posted. You can now add real examples of your writing, analysis, design portfolios, or other work directly on your profile by attaching to specific experience or to your summary. Upload or link to rich media, documents, or presentations. This helps make your profile more visual and interesting while demonstrating your value as an up and coming professional. And what better way to sell your skills to possible future employers or partners or investors than to actually show proof of how you think and what you can produce? You can share projects you've worked on if they are public. You can do a blog post. You can also share videos about your team or organizations, and even papers you wrote in your college. Especially if you are in the fields like designing, multimedia production, visual arts, journalism, or writing or editing, this is a must. Or if you have an idea or learn something neat you want to share, you can now write your own blog post on LinkedIn, which will be disseminated to your network and possibly beyond. It is a great way to get discovered and give people more insight into what you care about and how you think. This post will live on your profile for anyone to see anytime. Okay, so I have some tips before we end. I have some tips about this LinkedIn utilization. The first one is sorry, about the CV and the LinkedIn as well. For the CV, you can use free designs from various resources. Well, I usually suggest Canva to my students because that's the easiest one that you can use. But there are so many other CV designs that you can utilize from the website from Google. You just need to Google it. The second one, um, you can even create a CV from your LinkedIn. So I'll show you later. So if you think that I don't have time to create a CV, so by creating a good LinkedIn profile, you can also create your own CV at the same time. Well, unfortunately, the CV taken from the LinkedIn doesn't have picture. So if you think that you need a picture, yeah, you need to add another picture to your CV taken from the LinkedIn. And I suggest you one last tip for you is don't be shy with your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is an appropriate place to show off, to show off. To show off your achievements, experience, courses, GPA if you're a student, and you want to let the world know about you professionally, of course. Okay, so before we end this, I will show you the example of my LinkedIn and the menu where you can actually take the what is it, the CV. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn. Yeah, so you can put this? This is what I said at educational, or sorry, more this one. Add position, add career break, add skills, recommended. This is the core one. So the profile sections are actually divided into three main parts. The first one is the core, the recommended, and additional. For the core part, yeah, the education, position, career break, skills. So I suggest you to start with this basics. Okay, fill out the sections. Will help you to be discovered by the other people, by your connections. And for the recommended feature, this is what I suggest you if you want to put all the things, your achievements, your certificates, your pictures and everything here. Licenses and certifications if you have one, courses and other recommendations. And in the additional, you can put like volunteering experience, publications, patents, projects, honors and awards, a test scores, let's say like TOEFL, TOEIC, GMAT, or any other test. Languages, organizations, and the other parts as well. Okay, so this is the thing where you can take share profile, save to PDF or build a resume. Let's say save to PDF, yeah. It takes some time. Please wait for a moment. They are preparing the PDF. Your download will begin shortly. Yep, this one. Yeah, so here it is. See, this is an instant CV taken from LinkedIn. So if you have crafted your CV profile interestingly, you actually also craft your CV from here, your summary, your experience, and then your education, this kind of thing. Yeah, it's all here. Yeah, you just need to put a picture here if you need one. So that would be all. Okay. So, yep, let's get back to the PPT, but I'm done actually. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I can share to you about creating uh, a good personal branding through CV and a LinkedIn. So this is very much important for you to be able, before you sell your products, before you offering your service to your customers, to your investors, to your partners, you need to be able to sell yourself first. You need to be able to promote yourself first. You need to be able to create a good personal branding. So people will be sure about you before they are sure about the services or products that you will offer later in the future. Okay, so that's all for today's topic, and I'll see you again in lecture 6. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.